Well, you said something, Chris, that reminded me of an episode of like Black Mirror almost, when we were talking about that earlier. But this idea that we become so dependent on Chat GPT and then that becomes your go-to place, right? So you enter something there, and maybe you're just curious, like, 'cause it can't read your brain, but you ask it a question that's considered unethical, and now there's a black mark against you with, oh, this person, might think this way or have these thoughts because they asked this inquiry. And it could be, something very innocent, but again, it does not know your intentions. When I look at ChatGPT, especially with it being integrated with search engines, I find that really concerning because it goes back to that bias point. Um, and also, I suppose, a bit of human nature where it seems like we're always looking for shortcuts and convenience. And sometimes the long road is better. The journey that you go on to, figure certain things out and learn is beneficial for you. And one of my fears is that we're going to lose that. I myself, like I lead research for our group, but I've noticed that I even whenever I have something new that I've started on, I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll ask it, hey, tell me a bit about this or tell me about the players in this industry. Where before, I would perhaps start off with the generalized Google list. Now I'm using it as a starting point and then I go back and further my research. But I am concerned, like, what if one day I fall to the trap of just convenience and I no longer do the due diligence that's required. And I feel that that is something that we need to look at and, yes, create systems that give you accurate information, but also just find ways of preserving curiosity, I'll say, right? Because if you just have everything at your fingertips, you sort of lose a certain drive for life almost. So how do we prevent that?
But we're already there for a lot of things, right? Like I can barely tell you anyone's phone number.
Yes.
Right? Like why would you remember that? I got my phone. Like it's right here, right? Or, when's the last time you picked up an encyclopedia? No, it's on Wikipedia, it's on Google. Like, people leverage that. So it's a lot of it is going to be out of convenience, but it's also going to be the scary part of that is as it gets better and better, there'll be no reason to go away from it. Why wouldn't I let AI give me my answer? It's give me a better answer. Where it's going to go though is memorizing phone numbers really that important? Is that really the most important part of my brain, or is it to hopefully free up time to do more intelligent things, more creative things, to do different pieces of information that might be better to be able to use in that way? So that's where I still see that where we are now, where AI is, it still isn't the truly intelligent, truly creative, never been done before, different things that are there, like stitching it together, that we need to continue to reward in society, right? Like there's the like DALI 2, which creates the pictures by you put a prompt in, it creates a picture for you. Really cool. But it still hasn't taken away from there being a need for art and for people to do that kind of stuff. So from a creativity standpoint, you still need to go and take information. You might be able to get it faster. You might be able to get it easier. You hopefully will not only take it from one source, because one source is probably one of the worst things you can do from a bias standpoint. There, you're going to be able to have. We need to have more competition in this space, which we will, because that's the way that the markets will work. But by taking information from multiple places and drawing conclusions for yourself, it'll be those types of problems that'll still be rewarded. The things that are, closed systems, that are information that yes or no answers, not, well, it depends, then that the yes or no answers we can get, right? We can get a date, we can get a time, we can get an amount. Those are all okay to get from there. But getting things that are like an opinion, the greatest player of all time, all these different things, these are things that we will still always have, in my opinion, that it'll continue to go. We just will get better data and more data to support those decisions.